Hey everyone, it's Mr. Flying Pig HD here with another episode of PigCast for you. This week we've got Henry Hotspur on the show.
Hello there.
The man, the myth, the legend. He's back. How you doing, Henry
That's
Hotspur?
me. I'm not too bad. I know I've been away. I've been busy. Normal sort of middle-aged man stuff. But
middle-aged?
Yeah, well, I
Don't say
feel
that,
like it, mate. I'm going grey. I'm that.
Fair enough, yeah. Some interesting stuff going around in the news at the moment about some of the transfer goings on. Manchester United apparently in the mix to possibly sign the likes of Bale, the likes of Neymar. What do you think about that?
I don't think it's going to happen.
No.
It's not going to happen in a million years.
I don't think that's going to happen.
It's absolute pig shite that we get every year. You know, to be fair, there's always talk about Ronaldo going back to United. It's never going to fucking happen. No way. Not a chance.
You never know at the twilight of his career, but I don't see it happening
it's not happening soon.
No,
definitely not.
And then Gareth Bale, I don't see why Real Madrid would want to get rid of him after paying all that money. Who knows? I mean, he did fall out of favour with the fans a while ago.
I'd love him back at Spurs. I'd take him back at Tottenham. I mean, why not?
Why not back at Spurs?
We sell Eric Lamela. Okay, probably get maybe 30 mil for him, 25, 30 mil for him. There must be a little bit more money sort of lying around. Give Gareth Bale a good wage. Fucking back at Spurs. He'd feel well comfortable. He'd slot right in. We need a good sort of person on the left. He'd just go back to his left, stick him there.
Do you think it's realistic that he'd even consider going back to Spurs right now?
I think it's crazy, really. But if we got Champions League football, why would he rather go to United, who might finish 5th, 6th, which is what I predict? Sorry.
Ooh,
yeah, that's what I predict.
Mate,
yeah, United and no way
you
finish
think Spurs are going to finish above Manchester United
now. Hey?
You think Spurs are going to finish above United?
100%. Spurs are finishing top 4. Without a shadow of a doubt. You're not scoring enough goals. Your goal difference is piss poor compared to ours. You're fucking losing it. It's supposed to be Manchester fucking United. You're shit, mate.
You sort of got us on the not scoring goals thing, though. We ain't been playing too fantastically under LVG.
It's terrible. Watching yous like watching Chelsea, but worse. It's fucking abysmal, mate, to be fair.
Fair enough. Well, you know, I still think it's much more realistic Gareth Bale would come to Manchester United than Tottenham Hotspur. Even if we did finish 6th, why would you just want one season in the Champions League with Tottenham, which is what it will be if you did.
But not if we had Bale.
Oh, well.
If we had Bale in that team, Pochettino or Pochettino, whatever his name is, whatever he's doing.
He's doing pretty well.
Doing a good job,
yeah. Well, Mauricio.
Yeah, the Mauricio.
Fair play to him, yeah. Well, we definitely need some players at Manchester United. That's definitely the case anyway. I mean,
we're getting Januzaj back, I've heard.
Januzaj's back on loan, been recalled.
He hasn't really played many games who he's playing for. So is he going to help United this season? Don't think so.
Well, the point is, he did help out a little bit before he was put out on loan, which is just a stupid decision by Van Gaal to loan him out, as was getting rid of Chicharito. And now he's recalled him. He's not benefited at all from playing over there in Germany because he's played like 3 games in the Europa League and made a handful of substitute appearances. So, to me, it's just a ridiculous move from Van Gaal to get rid of him in the first place, and now he's obviously had to call him because we need him. But what does that mean in terms of signing anybody? We're supposed to be signing this Felipe Anderson from Lazio. There's a lot of interest in that. There's interest in defenders. You know, I've heard John Stones thrown around, Harry Kane thrown around. There's a lot of people being thrown around, but apparently we're just going to be recalling players. I think we've recalled James Wilson as well.
In terms of players coming in and out of United, who's in charge? Do you think Louis van Gaal's got 100%?
Well, he's definitely got to say him and Woodward and the board, I guess, make the executive decisions. But yeah, definitely Van Gaal would highlight to Woodward what players he wants. He'd give him a short list, I'd imagine, and then Woodward would go about trying to sign him. That's what I would imagine it would freaking work like at a football club anyway. So yeah, I mean, do you think Harry Kane could come to United?
No, he's not coming to you. Not a chance. No way. The only possibility of that happening would be if you finished top 4 and we didn't, and you made a significant offer for him, then possibly.
I think you need to finish top 4
Kane
to keep him.
wants to get into the Champions League as a Spurs player and play next season and have a good season next year. We are title contenders this season. You know, let's be honest about it. We are at the moment.
You're up there at the moment.
Tottenham fucking Hotspur, you know?
You're up there at the moment. Yeah. But, I mean, if you don't get Champions League football, then he would have to consider looking elsewhere. He's got to play at the top level if he wants to be, you know, one of the best players in the world. So that's what I think. Spurs up for signing any players. You heard anything about that?
Well, everybody keeps talking about a cover for Harry Kane. I'd like to see that happen. I think we do need that. Yes, we've got the South Korean Son Heung-min, whatever his name is. I should know, shouldn't I, really, to be fair. He's a great little player, but he's not a out and out forward, and we really need someone like, I don't know, Ibrahimovic or something, like, you know,
Even a Chicharito, mate. He's doing blinders over there in Germany, isn't he, for Leverkusen?
I'm not saying we're going to get Ibrahimovic or something, but
that really pisses me off that we got rid of Chicharito in the last window as well. He's gone over there. I think he scored something ridiculous, like 16 goals in 14 games.
Yeah,
got the Player of the Month award a couple of times. Bossing it, and then
really
Louis van Gaal just surplus to requirements for us for a player who is as much like Michael Owen as any player I've ever seen in terms of getting on that last man pace, getting in behind the defences, really good finisher. And then he's got that ability with his head as well. Basically, Chicharito was a really good player, especially as like a squad player, backup player, impact substitute. Closest thing we've had to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer since he was here. And then that twat Louis van Gaal just gets rid of him.
Do you blame Louis van Gaal completely for that?
Yeah, I do, because it's his decision whether he wants to keep him or not. He got rid of RVP as well. Now we're crying out for a striker.
Chicharito maybe wasn't happy that he was playing as a bit part player?
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Because I think I read a statement from him today, actually, saying... That's what was missing before. Well, that's why he didn't enjoy his time at United, because he wanted to be playing week in, week out.
Louis van Gaal,
now he is, and look at him now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he was given the opportunity in the Premier League, you never know. He might have been able to replicate that as well, but we'll never know. So a bit annoying, but we need a striker as well. Really, the sort of key areas for us to strengthen now would be centre back and striker. We need to do something about that.
What do you think of Tottenham centre backs this season? We got Jan Vertonghen, the big Belgian,
yeah, I've always rated him,
and the other big Belgian, Toby Alderweireld.
Oh yeah, he's done very well.
They've made
very solid,
a very solid pair. Do you know how many games we've lost this season in total?
1,
2. One against yourself. That's probably the one you remembered there.
Yeah, you've got a lot of draws.
And we lost one against Newcastle. Newcastle, we lost 2-1. And what did we lose to you by? Do you remember? First game of the season, I think.
3-0.
I can't remember. Write in and tell us.
I'm sure we lost 3-0 to you at some point in the last. Yeah.
If it was 3-0, then
I can't remember, mate.
All I'm saying is we haven't lost significantly all season. We've won 9, drawn 9, and lost 2. That's not quite title-winning stats, but that is top 4 stats. If we double all of that, we look at Champions League football. I think if you're seeing how the Premier League's shaping up at the moment, points-wise.
I like the optimism from the lad, but surely no way Spurs are going to win.
You name me your top 4.
Top 4, I'd probably I don't know in what order, but if I'm a betting man,
try and put it in order.
Let's hear it. I'd probably say I think who's going to win. I actually think Arsenal might freaking win the league this year.
No,
I actually really do think so, mate, because they're the only ones that are sort of consistently picking up points at the moment. And then I think Leicester will actually creep in there, but I'm going to give them 4th spot. So the 2 and 3.
Really?
Yeah, I do think that. Yeah, I'll probably give Man City. As much as I hate to say, probably give them 2nd, and I think we'll finish 3rd this season, Manchester United. And I think Spurs will be out there in 5th.
I think you're talking madness. Talking absolute.
Well, that's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it, do you?
No. Manchester City, I think, will win the league. They've got the experience. They've won it in recent years. They've got the players. They've got the squad depth, which I'm not saying Arsenal lack. But certainly Leicester don't have a title-winning squad. They're not going to win this season, and you didn't say that either. But I don't think they've got the squad depth to remain in the top 4. So my top 4 anyway.
Drop off then. I think Vardy's injured for a little while, isn't he? For a week or so.
I believe he may be, and without him and Mahrez, then Leicester are fucked already. But yeah, my top 4 would have to be Manchester City. I don't even see Arsenal getting 2nd. I don't. I just think they're going to fuck it second half season. Like they always do. They're bottlers. They're absolute bottlers.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say who'll finish 2nd. I think Tottenham could finish 2nd this season. I'm going to say that. To be fair, I think Manchester City, then Tottenham.
Yeah. You never.
Then Arsenal 3rd. To be fair to them, and then I think United will creep into that 4th spot. Leicester 5th. Have I missed anyone out? I don't think I have. That's the current top 5 now, anyway, and that's my order that I think it will be at the end of the season.
Fair enough, then.
You look at Spurs; we're in 3rd position at the moment with 3 points.
So you think United are going to finish worse?
We're 4th. Sorry, Tottenham are 4th. But sorry, Karen.
United 6th. You think we're going to finish?
No, United 4th.
I thought you said we weren't going to get Champions League football.
Yeah, well, I kind of changed my mind. I just don't want to let your fans down too much. But
fair enough, creep in there 4th. No,
but the only reason that United will finish top 4 is because there isn't anyone else that's Chelsea have fucked their season.
Liverpool are
just so inconsistent. I don't see them doing it.
Everton
I don't think Leicester have the squad depth to stay in the top 4. And Everton are all over.
Saw something from Roberto Martinez actually after they beat City. I think it was last night in the cup, and he said basically his top priority is getting top 4. And I was thinking, You're having a day there, son.
He's having a doolally there, I think.
Yeah. What's he been smoking on? Because I want some of that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so, lots of interesting stuff going on in the footballing world. Manchester United have got Sheffield United coming up at the weekend in the FA Cup. I think it's called the Emirates Cup now. Is that the FA Cup? Fucking confused me, man.
It's the FA Cup, yeah.
Emirates Cup it's called now, though.
Is it?
Sponsored.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
That's a bit biased to Arsenal, isn't it? It's a little bit fucking Arsenal. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, crazy. And you've got Leicester City, have you?
We have. We have Leicester City on Sunday, 4 o'clock. It's on BBC One, actually, so you can watch it on national TV. Absolutely fantastic. I'll be watching that.
That's a tough tie, though, for a third round draw.
It is, and it's interesting to see what Pochettino's going to do. And it'll be interesting to see what Leicester do, because we have Leicester again a few days later, 3 or 4 days later, I believe. So, are we gonna rest our players for the FA Cup and concentrate on winning the Premier League game and hope that we can get through with our kind of second sort of team B? But Pochettino doesn't like to do things like that. He likes to shift in maybe 2 or 3 players at a time, kind of thing. So that's what I'm expecting to see.
I would imagine Leicester won't be prioritised in the FA Cup with where they are in the league. Surely they won't give a shit about the FA Cup this year. As controversial as that sounds, I think they would much rather just have less games to focus on and try and get the imagine if Leicester got top 4 in the Champions League.
100% agree with you.
It'd be unbelievable.
Yeah,
that would be unbelievable for them. They can actually, because they're a big club. They've got a big fan base, good population in the city. Good stadium. They could easily, if they got up there, they could stay there. You never know. If they could sign some really good players, they've got a good manager there. Champions League football, you never know. They could.
I honestly think there's stuff going on behind the scenes at Leicester that not everyone knows about, and it hasn't been made that public. But I think they got Claudio Ranieri, a big name manager in a way, and I think there must be money there. There must be money there ready for Leicester one way or another.
Well, even if there isn't, he's done ever so well with the money, and they will get more money for finishing pretty high. And the TV deal now is ridiculous, like £100 million a season or something insane. Even more, or maybe a bit less, a crazy amount. So it's like, it's like fortune changing money. Everybody's got a level playing field. So if you get it right in transfers and the manager and tactics and results, if you get it all right, then you can break into that top 4 now. It is possible. So it's a more even playing field now than it was, say, 20 years ago, when some of the bigger clubs had more commercial success, so they could, they had a big advantage in that sense.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Have some of that. Yeah, but yeah, it's just it's going to be interesting to see what happens this season. He thinks Tottenham are going to get top 4. I don't think you'll get top 4. I think you'll finish close. And Leicester City, I don't think they'll.
Why don't you think we'll finish top 4? We're so consistent, aren't we? We've lost 2 games. We've looked good all season.
Yeah, but you've got a lot
Why
of draws.
won't we finish in the top 4, mate? Do you know what I mean? I'm a bit offended by you not thinking
I'll tell you why. Because you don't have the squad. You don't have the squad depth. You've only got a few truly great players in there. Pochettino's done fantastically well getting the most out of the players he's got. But at some point over the season, an injury or two to a key player here and there, and you're
that's why we got this January transfer window.
Well, there you go. But you need to put Spurs on.
If we do bulk up, though, but if we do get a couple of key signings, would you then say we might finish top 4?
Potentially, if you sign some really good players and kept your key players fit, and Pochettino works his wonders, you never know. You could get top 4.
Who's your key players for Tottenham Hotspur?
It would have to be your goalkeeper. I think he's class, Hugo Lloris. I think Harry Kane, of course, fantastic goal scorer. Christian Eriksen, a player who, when he went to Spurs for 12 million or whatever it was, I couldn't believe Manchester United didn't have a little pop on him because he seemed like such a good player. Came in, did ever so well, definitely one of your key players. And then I would say like Vertonghen is a really top player as well, and this Alderweireld.
Everybody's been raving about Toby recently.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
on the radio,
your key players
in the newspapers.
It's a great spine to have actually throughout the side. So
one thing that I'm not sure about at the moment at Tottenham Hotspur is the left back position. I know this is a bit in depth talking about the Tottenham Hotspur here.
Danny Rose.
But we've got Danny Rose. But last couple of games or so, I've certainly seen Ben Davies playing, and I'm just wondering what is Pochettino doing there? Has he got his favoured left back? I mean, they've played sort of even amounts of games this season. He keeps switching from one to the other. Is that because he wants to keep one fresh for the next game, or? I don't know. I don't really know what he's doing there.
Yeah, I guess he's just giving players opportunities to impress, and if they do,
is it normal to have 2 left backs and keep switching
them
in and
it's
out?
just rotation.
Did Ferguson do
players.
that?
Oh, absolutely, certain players.
Tell me a time when you had 2 great left backs that came in and out of the side.
Well, we had like Dennis Irwin, who would play left back and right back at times, and the likes of Paul Parker back in the early 90s, and then we had Gary Neville, we had Phil Neville, who used to play left and a right back. but they'd rotate between right backs, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't really think of any other examples now, but there's definitely some of them all the time, mate. That's one of the most rotated positions. It's got to be the left and right back. I would say so. Yeah.
It does make me feel a little bit uneasy at times, though. I like to have a solid back four that plays week in, week out.
Yeah,
you know that is your best for defence.
The teams that do that usually have the most success. If you look at the cup winning sides on their runs and stuff like that. So yeah, totally agree with you, mate.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure anyway. Thank you for inviting me on your show.
No worries. So where can they find you then, Henry Hotspur?
Back alley somewhere.
£20 a pop.
No, I'll be on it. I'll be on it now and then, I think, and just give you a little update on my thoughts on Tottenham Hotspur, my thoughts on Manchester United. I'm not going to reprise Henry Hotspur as a continued thing, unfortunately, and apologies to any fans out there.
You're getting way too in-depth into this, mate.
Okay, apologies. But yeah,
anyway,
it's been a pleasure, as I said before. Yeah.
Anyways, just a little chat for you, a little PigCast episode. Let me know what you guys think about Manchester United's prospects in the transfer window this January. Are we going to go out there, get a centre-back, get a striker, get the players that we need? Do you think Louis van Gaal should remain Manchester United manager? Always get commenting about that below. And also, if you're a Tottenham fan or just want to find this guy, I think you can find him on YouTube at Henry Hotspur and Twitter at Henry Hotspur, most likely, or Henry_Hotspur. So check him out. Also, thank you very much for watching, and chuck a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Keep a lookout for the upcoming videos, and until next time, have yourself a good one.
If you check my stuff out, I'm not going to be checking it out, so don't bother, basically. Check this guy out if you want, yeah.